Dual cassettes? Dual dogs. Fellow Kiss fans, welcome to It's All For You Demon, celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. And today I've been thinking about, like, when we were little in the 80s.
Alright.
Bob Ross. When we were little in the 80s and had those ghetto blasters with the two cassettes. When we grew up in the 80s, the fun of having the dual cassette tape decks was you could make your own albums. You could take Van Halen OU812 and kind of make your own version of it, put the track listings in certain orders and take out songs, maybe add some songs from Women and Children First and make your own Van Halen cassette.
Yeah, I love this. I make these little mixtapes together. You know, I put all my favorite songs together. I don't like to be told what to listen to, when to listen to it, or anything.
So today, I thought I would do that with Kiss and kind of go through the Kiss albums and think of songs that belonged, or in my opinion, belonged on different records. So I put together a list of 5 tracks from Kiss albums that I think could have gone, or I think should have gone, on different records. And I've only narrowed this down to 5 because if you go longer than 5, you can make a case for any track. You can say Two Timer belongs on the first Kiss record, you know, and it doesn't really have any, kind of loses its validity. So I've narrowed it down to 5 Kiss tracks that I think should have gone on different albums. So this is a tribute to our childhood, making our own Kiss cassettes. For this little experiment, I've only selected 5 tracks that I feel belong on different albums, and I have not chosen any tracks from the solo records. Other than that, all albums are up for grabs. Choice number 1, Not For the Innocent. Not For the Innocent is such a cool track. I really feel, given its demon approach, vibe, kind of dangerous feel to that track, I feel Not For the Innocent should have gone on Creatures of the Night. It's just a perfect Gene in makeup song. I know, you know, what really matters with this band is the songs, not the image, but Not For the Innocent is definitely an image-oriented song to me, and I feel Not For the Innocent should have gone on Creatures of the Night. Number 2, Tomorrow. Tomorrow, one of my favorite songs from the Unmasked album that I think would have played better on Dynasty. Why? The wonderful sound effect of the hand claps towards the end of the song when it sounds like billiard balls being shaken on a pool table. To me, although it fits Unmasked perfectly, that sort of cheesy sound effect belongs on Dynasty. It belongs on the full out 79 disco fun album of Dynasty. It just has that vibe. I love it on Unmasked. It doesn't feel out of place there, but I think it just would feel a little more at home on 79's Dynasty. Number 3, Million to One. Another track from Lick It Up. A Million to One, quite possibly the greatest Paul Stanley song ever written. I haven't really been discussing like what song you would remove from the album because it's just a headache of stress waiting to happen. So I've only decided to add songs to an album, not really remove them, but one song I would remove from a record for eternity would be I Still Love You from Creatures of the Night. And what I would put in its place is the greatest Paul Stanley song ever, A Million to One. That song on this record would make this record unstoppable. By far, this is one of the greatest Kiss albums in the catalog, but I Still Love You, to me, is a dead end on this record. It just brings this record to a crashing halt. A Million to One would pump it up. For me. Personal opinion only. Number 4, Thief in the Night. Thief in the Night, the wonderful track written by Gene Simmons for Wendy O. Williams, perfectly played on her album, and of course later added to Crazy Nights in that Crazy Nights sort of Sunset Strip vibe era. I think I would have liked to have seen Thief in the Night played more like Wendy O. Williams played it, and it would have fit perfectly on a Kiss record on Animalize. Animalize kind of has that early 80s heavy metal tone to it, and I think Thief in the Night would have played wonderfully on this record. And for number 5, All for the Glory from Sonic Boom. All for the Glory is one of my favorite Kiss tracks of all time. I love that song. I love Eric Singer's singing. However, I do think it's a damn shame that we did not receive an Eric Carr vocal until Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits with the redo of Beth. That's a damn shame. We should have gotten a track like All for the Glory from Sonic Boom on Lick It Up, featuring Eric Carr on vocals. I think that would have been amazingly awesome, and I love to imagine how All for the Glory would have played out on this record featuring Eric Carr on vocals. It's an amazing song. I love the song, and it's one of those tracks. Every time I hear it, I just think missed opportunities. How cool would it have been to have this track on Lick It Up featuring Eric Carr, and we actually get an Eric Carr vocal earlier in the game, and could have led to plenty of Eric Carr vocals throughout the 80s catalog. Those are missed opportunities. I wish we could go back in time and live those. That would have been so much fun. And as a little bonus feature, I thought we would discuss one of the oddest and coolest, funnest albums in the catalog, and that is Killers. You know, sort of a greatest hits with extra tracks thrown in. I absolutely love this record. I love this album cover. It's so 80s. It's so fun. The pink, the font, the yellow bar of light, the new haircuts, the new outfits. It's just a fun era of Kiss that was like a blink of the eye era. I really wish Killers would not have been a greatest hits, and I wish it would have been an EP of all original songs. So, given the original songs on the record, I added 2 more in and made Killers an EP, and the track listing goes as follows. So my Kiss Killers EP, guess I should have altered my Kiss logo there, wasn't thinking about that. My Kiss Killers EP track number 1 stayed the same, I'm a Legend Tonight. Track number 2, Down on Your Knees, written by Bryan Adams and Michael Japp, or Mikel Japp. Michael Japp, who's going to come into this track listing a little later. But next track, I would have added Killer from Creatures of the Night. You have an album called Killers? Let's have a track that is significant to our album title. Nowhere to Run, Partners in Crime, and for our last track, making it a 6-track EP, I would have gone Saint and Sinner from Creatures of the Night, also written by Michael Japp or Mikel Japp. I don't know how to pronounce that. I apologize if I'm pronouncing it wrong. We're just going to go with Michael Japp. So obviously, Michael Japp would have been around Paul writing Down on Your Knees with Bryan Adams, so I assume Saint and Sinner was written around the same time period, let's add it to this album and make Killers a 6-track EP. Thank you for hanging with us today. Thank you for waxing a little nostalgia. The old dual cassette deck stereo fun. If you would like to be a pen pal with us, details below. We'll send you some Large Marge Pee Wee swag. Thank you for hanging with us. Take care. Be safe. We will talk to you soon. Never fails. Right when you hit record, the old man next door decides to do his leaf blower. It's windy as hell out today, too. You're just fighting the wind, sir. You're just fighting the wind.